Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Puck Witches, a vibes-based podcast where we yap about all things hockey. Today is May 8th, 2026. I'm your host, Sate, and this is my partner in crime, Champ. Champ, how you doing?
I miss the Oilers.
I miss the
Penguins. I miss the Oilers.
Oh.
Some hockey was exciting about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, not even. As always, we have a lot to discuss this episode, so let's jump right into it. Champ, we gotta talk about it.
Hey, playoffs are still going on even if our teams aren't in it.
all of them had to fucking lose. Godspeed, Sabres. I need you to just...
Sabres are currently losing to the Habs, so I need them to get their act together. Oh, but they scored, so we're okay.
Third period team. Surely.
Yeah, third period team. Actually, they might be.
Surely.
Saying it's been really, really interesting dealing with the new fact that you and I have not been as closely watching this playoffs as much as we have in the past 2 years. So
it's really hard when you're like, I have this team as my backup team, and then that team gets eliminated, and then this team, because we've been watching, like we would, like for us, it was like the Stars we paid attention to, because we were trying to pick one from each conference. So it used to be we'd pay attention to like Boston. I always ignored the Metro because it annoyed me when the Penguins weren't in there. But it was like we'd follow Boston or someone in the Atlantic, and then we would follow the Oilers in the Pacific, and then we would follow the Stars. And now all the Stars are done, the Oilers are done. The Sabres are who we're rooting for the Atlantic, and then
I want the West to explode.
I want the West to explode, and I want the Metro to explode. So
I do think it's very funny that we were so confident last year, literally so confident last year, because we knew the Oilers were a good team, even if they weren't visibly showing it off.
We were just like, we know that they were like phoning it in because they were just saving it for playoffs. You know what I mean? Where it was just like even
in playoffs, we were like, they're a better team than people are giving them credit for. They're just the Oilers.
Yeah.
And so, and like, then obviously we were paying attention to who we thought we would have to play, which ended up being the Panthers, because of course it was. And so I'm sitting here like, I'm happy that hockey's still on because I still turn it on and I watch, and there are still incredible games going on, but man,
I get why some people are like, postseason, fuck it, if their team isn't in it. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Especially if your team, it's almost worse when your team made the playoffs and then choked. Penguins. Like, if we had, we've beaten this horse to death, but like, it's just one of those of like, if the Penguins had, not lost 3 in a row, I feel like we still would have lost, but it might have been a little less of a sting. It would have been like, oh, what a hard fought. This was like, who are you? This is not my Penguins. This is not who I watched for 82
Well, it doesn't
games.
really matter, because the Flyers are getting their ass kicked, which is very funny.
Canes might be the first team to do back-to-back sweeps, like round 1 and round 2.
Not first team ever, because the last one was the Oilers in 1985, which, if that tells you anything, that was a cup year.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, do the Avs play tonight, or do they play tomorrow? The Avs play tomorrow.
I think the PWHL had the habit of like doing
every other
back-to-backs, which was, I think, fucking crazy. But the NHL, now that it has, it seemed overall learned not to do two games on the same night. Yeah, if they can help it now that we're in round 2.
It's interesting seeing that there are 2 teams in the playoffs that are just so dominant, because like the Flyers, if we don't jinx it, please don't jinx it, are going to get swept. Can't. Like, right? The locker room energy in that, there were clips that were coming out of last night's game. They looked pathetic. And like, they faltered at the end last year. Not at the end of last year, at the end of last series. So I think that the Penguins, if they hadn't had such an issue showing up the first couple of games, would have been fine. Like, they were getting themselves together.
I think if we had been able to keep momentum and win, I think it was the second game, it would have been a very different series. I do think it is interesting that like they're both sore losers and sore winners. Like, they were sore winners beating the Pens, and I was like, okay, you guys won, congratulations, fuck off. Like, what's the damage here?
Yeah.
And then they're sore losers too. Like, they're starting shit after, and I'm just like, dude, like, all of the things that they're complaining about were exactly what the Pens were complaining about. It's almost like it's an officiating problem and not a...
Which, that's a whole different conversation. We're probably going to have to break that down at the end of the season.
Yeah, because it's been crazy how they called nothing in round 1, and now they're calling everything in round 2.
Yeah.
The only thing they called in round 1 was fucking embellishment every other game. So
and if the Flyers get swept, isn't it like the Canes will have something like 15 days off? Especially
it's like 9 days or something
especially
like
if the
that.
Habs and the Buffalo go all the way to 7, which I kind of see that happening.
I would not be surprised if this is a tough series.
Yeah, which good. I love good hockey. But the Canes crushing their enemies and being like, okay, peace out. I'm going to go chill. And I'm not I wouldn't be shocked if Colorado had the same issue because they are bullying the Wild. The Wild. I mean,
I was really hoping the Wild were going to put up a little bit more of a fight because it looks like there's no way the Avs don't go to the conference or to the finals, right? Like there's nobody.
Yeah, no, I don't think
so.
It's
just.
Did you see the, first of all, there's an incredible stat from the Colorado where it's like they have 22 wins in Colorado or in Minnesota when they travel to Minnesota in a row. I think that's the stat. It's insane. But then also, like they have Quinn Hughes on lock. They know exactly what he's going to do and they know how to shut him down. And that's not good for the Wild.
No, because that was kind of the whole bit was that he's supposed to help out. Like, he's supposed to be the star defenseman, right? Like, and so if he can't muscle his way out of this or skill his way out of this,
it's funny because there was a post. I'm going to see if I can include it back in this podcast, but the post was that when in doubt, Quinn Hughes spins it out, and it was like a compilation of him trying to get out of problems by literally just spinning on the ice. And now the Avalanche predicted that, so they block off when he goes to spin and just shut him down. I'm like, wow, you have one move, which is spinning. That's a cool trick.
Great. I see now how you didn't make it far last few times.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I don't know if, you saw the insane game with their opening game, which was 9-6.
Yeah.
That was just, and at one point the Wild was winning.
It's funny because I feel like everything has been much, much lower scoring in the playoffs, and it was really high scoring. About to bring in the heated rivalry, but there's a joke.
Yeah.
Because when heated rivalry came out, and obviously still now as people are continuing to write for it, they don't understand how hockey works. And they were writing 9-6 was like a regular score that people, and it's like, that's not it's not a normal score. Hitting 9 goals is crazy. And then all of a sudden, during the regular season, everybody was high scoring and all the goalie stats dropped. And it was just like, what the fuck is going on? It was literally so stupid. It was exactly like the Buffalo thing where they were like, Buffalo sucks. And then they went on a fucking win streak because of heated rivalry. But now in the playoffs, it has gone back to being a much lower scoring game, which is something that's someone pointed out about the Flyers was they did not win by high scoring. They won because the Pens couldn't score.
Right.
But they never scored more than 3 times. So it was like if the Canes were scoring high, the Flyers are cooked. Yeah. They couldn't get the goals in, which was the same problem the Penguins had where we couldn't score.
Yeah.
But that the West is just fucking crazy to me for that. What the hell?
What the hell? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this playoffs, we've talked a little bit about it. It's kind of a cursed playoff season.
Yeah, I don't really want anybody to win except for the Sabres.
Yeah, I want the Sabres to win. Is that what the sacrifice was for them to get back in the playoffs? Is everybody else is boring?
Everybody else
Not
that
boring,
we like. Yeah.
But that we don't like.
There's really, I'm still mad that we didn't get a Tampa Bay versus.
I know. I get it.
But it did eliminate John Cooper from probably contention for the Adams board. So.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see how that goes. But
and then honestly, we've talked about all of the other ones. Does anybody care about the Ducks and the Golden Knights?
No, I hope both teams explode.
Yeah, it's funny because as usually when in playoffs, you get people tweeting about the Ducks or the team you're going against, and the Oilers was the Ducks, and I got no tweets from the Ducks fans at all. And I was like, okay, interesting. Whatever, that's fine. And I still don't see anyone tweeting about the Ducks and the Golden Knights.
Yeah, it's I don't like, I'm sure there are Ducks fans. I know there are Ducks fans. Not really Knights fans. Like, I don't, like, there's a handful of them out there, I'm sure. I've seen one Reddit post. Someone who was a fan of Vegas Golden Knights in an unrelated subreddit.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, maybe it's just like I don't know. Like, I truly don't know what makes it so what fandom you see and what fandom you don't see. Because I, like, couldn't get fucking Philly people off my fucking dash.
I know.
It was infuriating.
I still get Canucks fans. I don't want Canucks fans.
I'm getting fucking Philly fans, and I'm like, fuck off. I don't like. I don't so like funny. You.
I don't like it.
Anything about,
you need to go away.
I don't like you. Stop it. Get off my fucking dash. But yeah, I've seen a couple of Duck stuff. Not really any Knight stuff. It's more just that like everybody's like, I hope both teams explode. Yeah. Like that's literally all I see.
I also did see there was obviously the what was it, Jackson Lacombe with the empty net shot. Everyone was making fun of him because it looked exactly like McKinnon's empty net shot in the Olympics. Where he gets this incredible feed and then just whiffs it. Or no, he passed it. He passed or tried to pass it and the goal was wide open. So.
Yeah. It was like, oh no. Yeah. I was like, somehow someone has bested Nate Mack for that horrible open miss. I literally gasped when I saw that clip. I was like, how did you not?
That's just the hockey fans' pain.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's like when we saw a goalie get out of the net. Like, it was like when, was it She Loves who did it? He got out of the fucking net.
Oh yeah, and it bounced.
Against
it was
the Bruins,
such a bad
and
bounce.
it was just a bad bounce. But we've seen it where like goalies get out of the net, and it doesn't matter what team it happens to. Yeah. I like physically cringe.
Yeah,
that was me with this open net where I was just like, how the fuck did you not shoot that? And that's why I maintain that hockey IQ is so critical because you got to have your eyes open and you got to have your brain on. And like, it was very clear that he was just autopilot. I passed to this guy. No, why didn't the net was wide open?
Not my monkey, not my circus.
but
I am in physical pain from the show.
But I am watching the circus.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be... If both the Canes and Colorado sweep these two teams as well, I think they deserve to just skip ahead and go to the finals because...
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. I want the Sabres to kick the Canes' ass, but I'm not sure I see it. I don't know anything about the Sabres or the Habs going against the Canes. I think Colorado easily handles...
Everyone's saying it's absolutely destined to be Canes and Avs, and I don't disagree, but like I don't think you can count any team.
No, that's the best part of the East. It is such a tight race. I know it's annoying for you. It's fucking scary for you, but I'd rather that than the Pillow Fight League.
Yeah, like the pillow fighting of the West is like, because it's just like it doesn't matter. Like it literally doesn't matter who wins. Like that's such a crazy vibe of like it doesn't matter who wins. Because in the West, because it's just going to be the Avs in the finals. Like nobody's, all of the teams that could have stopped them
are out.
Like the Oilers or the Stars they didn't get matched against them. You know what I mean? Like psychologically, those matchups that just the players that are there, even with the Stars being injured.
Yeah.
That was still like, I was like, oh, well, maybe if they make it, like it could happen. But it's just like how the Kings, like the Oilers couldn't win without facing the Kings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of crazy weeks, Saint. Maple Leafs had one hell of a week.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I don't even look so angry.
When I tell you it went from everybody laughing at their downfall to everybody being horrified with the luck that they have. Pissed.
Quote unquote luck.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a Penguins fan and I don't have any room to talk about it.
I know. Like, neither do I. We are both the two. We cannot say
we are not allowed because it would be supremely hypocritical. But also that poor fucking kid. Oh my god. You exercise, know your rights. We need to get, those videos that are like, did you know you have rights? Like, that's.
Yeah. You don't have to go there. I mean, he's going to, but you don't have to go there.
He's going to,
Anyways, let's start from the beginning. On Sunday last week, they announced that John Chaika and Mats Sedin were hired as GM and new senior advisor for the Maple Leafs. Nobody liked that.
Yeah, no, I didn't see a single person happy.
No.
I don't even Leafs fans were like, being fucking obnoxious about it. But there was also a section of Leaf fans that were like, oh yeah, they're just gonna like ruin this kid like they do everybody else. And we're gonna be stuck with like Matthews not predict the vision that I have and that several other people have is that, first of all, does Matthews stay?
We'll get there. Hang on. We'll get there. I know. So nobody liked the John Chaika hire because
what the fuck? How? What? Why? Why?
That's a choice.
What are we fucking doing?
That is
I don't understand. I don't you could have had me as a better GM. Yep. Okay? Like, what are you fucking doing? His proven track record is failure and you hired him anyways?
Yeah.
Like, was there no one else available? A fucking Boulder could probably do a better job.
There is plenty of people available. And it didn't go well. So he gets hired. He's got this rap sheet from his time with fucking Arizona. And what was it? It was like people were losing their minds because of how he treated, is it Josh Doan, in Arizona. And like we're just hating. And I had no clue who he was until this. And then I was like, oh no. Oh no. And he hasn't worked in the NHL in 6 years, so that's wild. He has a terrible, terrible track record for trades and free agent ads. And he sucks at drafting. So fantastic. And people were like, well, he was young. I don't give a fuck. I saw people being like, thank God it wasn't me. Like, as an Oilers fan, I know Stan Bowman is not good. We knew that before he got hired. We were pissed. Even I'm still like, oh, not really. Thank God it was not the Oilers who got that, because I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. And then Matt Zadina's their captain for a lot of their good years of hockey. But he has no experience in advising at all. And then they still have Keith Pelly, who doesn't have any hockey knowledge and just wants to make more money. So people were pissed. People were absolutely pissed. And they're still talking about Chris Berube staying on to potentially coach, Craig Berube to stay on and coach. And I'm like, that's a choice, because nobody in that locker room wanted to play for him by the end of the season. Then they had their press conference. Did you see this?
I don't think I did.
Oh, buddy. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's
okay.
Whatever you're thinking, it's 10 times worse.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
In the past, say 3 to 4 days, I have been in contact with about 20 people who work in the National Hockey League, many of whom are prominent names that we would all know. And of the 20 people I spoke to, one was supportive of John's hiring, and the other 19 thought it was a sham, to be perfectly honest. Words were used like con artist, liar, salesman. Oh! How did you come to a different conclusion that I was able to come to in a very short time?
I must have talked to different people.
Yikes!
I mean, good answer? That was a good answer. But holy shit. If that's accurate, what?
Yep.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was the question. And it's from the Leafs' Mark Spector, if that gives you any understanding of how that question came, who gave that question. And everyone was like, I hate that I'm agreeing with him. He should not be right. So, yeah, that was the vibe going into Tuesday. People were like, the franchise is done. Just burn it down. And I'll be a fan in a couple of years, maybe, if they get their act together. This also comes when you were saying, as Matthews was exploring his options to leave, or said that he was. He's playing out with.
He said, he said that he was exploring, which is a common tactic of basically, because Gino did the same thing.
Dabo did the same thing.
Yeah, of basically hey, get your shit together, which is funny in that that was the NHL being no, please don't leave. Because we've already lost. But yeah.
And then Tuesday night happened. And if you haven't watched the video where we reacted to the draft, please go watch our immediate reactions, because there was a lot of cursing and a lot of disbelief and a lot of ranting. Because it's one of my favorite videos already on the channel. We were so fucking pissed. I knew that we were going to go into it being very upset, right? but I didn't expect it to be that upsetting.
Yeah, like the fact that you jinxed it.
I know.
First of all, no, but this poor fucking kid.
Gavin.
Poor fucking kid. Yeah, do you think Matthews stays now? Do you think he does a high? I wonder what's their cap situation like.
Not good, and they have a ton of no movement clauses.
Yeah, because again, excellent GMing there, bud.
Yeah.
So now I have to wonder: does he do a short-term deal?
So he's not up for UFA. He's not up for UFA for 2 years. He would have to waive his.
He's not. So he's acting. What? So
yeah, that's even worse. That's why it's even worse.
I thought he was UFA not this season, but like next season.
No, I think it's 2028.
Jesus Christ! So why the fuck is he yapping about like?
Because he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Here's my hot take. I think that if we get into the middle of next season and the Leafs are still sucking, because at the beginning of the season they claimed, it was the injuries, but now you have an entire summer where you are about to get another franchise piece, and there are about to be a bunch of moves that if you don't make them now, you're fucking everyone over. And that's when I think he might leave. And I would not be surprised if he left. Like, here's the thing. I'm as an Oilers fan, I can't speak much because Connor did the same exact thing over the summer. But Connor has constantly said that he wants to win in Edmonton. And like to the point where he wrote the Dear Canada article, he continues to affirm it. I don't think Matthews has ever sounded that passionate, A, about anything, and B, about the Leafs as an organization. And he just looks so frustrated by everything in general. So I don't know. I think that this summer is like more crucial than the Oilers summers for the Leafs. And I think they got handed a really big get it out of jail free card for a few days if they can actually manage it.
I just I don't know, man. I'm interested to see what happens. How about that? Because I am legitimately like, this is probably not going to be great for.
No.
I just don't see this. Yeah, I feel for McKenna. Again, I really hope he has people at his corner to help him negotiate these clauses and like the contracts. So like, does he really want to sign here?
Yeah.
Which they haven't even picked him yet, technically, but we all know it's him.
Right. And even then, if it's Stinbar, like, for one, how did you skip over Gavin McKenna? Like, what did you see that, other people?
Yeah, which some people have said when they saw him play, they don't really see him being like, they see him being more kind of like a Mitch Marner versus a Macklin Celebrini. Okay. Like, he's going to be good, excellent, hopefully.
Right.
But not necessarily generational talent like McDavid or Celebrini or Sid.
Yeah.
And Celebrini is still contested. He's still too young for us to argue that he's generational. You know what I mean? Like, even though we can see he's very, very talented. But yeah. So interesting. It's going to be interesting.
I'm very curious to like. There's been a lot of off seasons like discussed before where everyone's like it's going to be crucial, but the Oilers and the Leafs probably have the most crucial off season of this era, and I'm really hoping that. I hope we both do well, and I say that very, very genuinely because I do think it's better when Toronto has a franchise. Like
I don't want them to be. Good.
I don't want them to be good. I like them being a punching bag.
Okay, I was gonna say because you're stealing my line. I like when Buffalo is good at hockey.
I like when Buffalo is good at hockey. I want Toronto to be good enough to kind of fall flat on their face, and I'm not a hater of Buffalo.
Okay.
I think it'd just be funny. I do think it is funny that Canucks fans were crashing out on Twitter about getting the third piece. And I get it. I do. They should have won. Like, it should have been them. But I'm such a hater saint. Like, I really am. I take joy. I know it's going to be karma one day, and I'm admitting this fully. Like, you guys can come back when, something happens to the Oilers and my team goes into the dark days 2.0. That I said this, and it's probably karma for this. But it's really funny watching Canucks fans bitch and moan. I will never get over that playoff series that they screwed. Like, they made themselves so hated by me. And that's going to carry over. You have etched yourself into my bloodline. My hatred for you is done. I don't even feel bad for them. I think that they still get a third round pick or like a third pick. They still have an incredible draft class.
Yeah.
So the Canucks fans actually had another interesting week. Like, it was about to be Canucks and Leafs fans having the worst week from hell. And so the Leafs fans actually, they won the draft, right? But the Canucks, I think, just won their GM hire. Did you hear this?
No. Oh, wait, I saw they cleaned house or something, or they...
So their GM stepped down. And they were getting ready to hire a new GM, right? As one does. And the names that kept getting sprinkled around, Ryan Johnson, who isn't in the organization, there's another one out there that I can't quite remember the name of right now, and then Pierre Dorian, who was the Senators GM, and awful. Just as bad as John Chaika. And Canucks fans literally said no. They were like, absolutely not.
We refuse.
And started emailing, calling, and canceling their, threatening to cancel their season tickets, threatening to cancel their support. And it worked because they went and took a step, the head office started taking a step back and actually looking at different, candidates. And now Dorian's name is not on the list.
Oh.
So power to the people.
Power to the people. I don't necessarily agree that fans should have an input on the front office that much. However, it would have been really cool if we didn't get Stan Bowman.
Right.
It would have been really cool if we didn't get these guys who were involved in the
sexual assault. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, all of you involved.
Really though. The difference here is, I think this is honestly one way that you break out of the old boys club, is because they're now looking to hire internally, which is what you should be doing. Honestly, you have people who are coming up through the organization. You don't need to hire some random white man who didn't do well just because he's got a name attached to him and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that because it sounded like Dorian was a shit hire. Yeah. So, switching leagues, Saint. PWHL announced an expansion.
Yeah.
That shocked both of us.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, can you really be shocked when it's called Hockey Town?
No.
But
I guess
did not. I guess it was one of those that I just didn't anticipate it. Yeah, I just didn't anticipate it. I don't know why. I was
thinking more out west.
Yeah, I think so. I guess the question for the PWHL is, they're clearly trying to establish an East and a West conference, right? Because they just won't have enough teams, I think, to do anything else. You can't have it's just not reasonable,
not yet.
Right?
Not yet.
Because you can't expand too rapidly. The talent pool and the interest just is not there.
Right.
I think I'm okay with the level of expansion that they're doing, which is 4 or 6 teams?
It's 4, I believe.
4. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And I think two conferences, an East and a West, but they got to get some Westies, right?
Yeah.
They can't have them all. The only one confirmed is Detroit. By the way,
the only one confirmed is Detroit. Yes.
All of the other ones, because I do follow a couple PWHL reporters. Mm-hmm. That is the only one that is officially confirmed. They have merch out. The website is launched. Everything else is still speculation, or for example, the big drama was that Hamilton, Ontario might be getting a team, which is absurd geographically.
Yeah.
Because you're well, why you're going to oversaturate your market there, right? That's just common sense, is you don't oversaturate, you spread out a little bit. Give something either on the far East Coast or on the West Coast. Halifax, or whatever. But yeah.
So some of the rumored
they're not confirmed.
Yeah, rumored expansion cities were Hamilton, Halifax, Quebec City, Calgary, Denver, Chicago, and Vegas. And there was talk of Edmonton being in the running, but it's out of the contention this time because of disagreements with ownership. I'm pissed about it. I would love, PWHL would love to represent the team up there. Doesn't matter what colors there are. I'll be the Edmonton team. I'm sorry. That's just how it goes. Then this article came out from David Pagnotta, who said that Hamilton is in the potential... or poised to join.
Because they're all in the mix.
I know.
Because it's who's going to be... Because I guess they're all owned collaboratively. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm understanding. Mm-hmm. So it really just becomes then, not necessarily bidding, but kind of bidding. Mm-hmm. They have to, be we have these facilities, we have this, we have the, you know what I mean? Like they still have to like basically put in bids, just like how we've discussed it for the NHL. And then I assume it all has to be agreed upon by the PWHL as a whole, like all the other quote owners and everything like that. So I don't know. I'm not against San Jose. I'm not a fan of Hamilton. And
I'm not a fan of fucking Vegas. I'd rather them get a Denver team.
Yeah, I can't, especially because the PWHL takeover there was crazy.
It was
How
insane.
are you?
Yeah.
And DC, someone pointed out, DC pulled in 17,000 people. What are we, like, what were the point of the takeover games if those
not to
markets.
Check interest, yeah.
Yeah, if those markets that were so, like, because what was it? Well, and I think they also have to address some issues with the league itself right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the fact that I don't mind that it's the Boston Fleet being in Lowell. But like they need to kind of like address that they're not in Boston at all, which is fine. I mean, like the New York Giants.
I was gonna say,
but like
the Patriots are New England.
So you can't. Yeah. But it's more just that like I don't know. I'm hoping that they step away from the teal and blue.
Please, and honestly, get some crisp white in there. I say that as somebody who loves the cream.
I love the cream, but it's overdone. It's got to be like a thing. The names also, I would like something a little. I know we're all obsessed with like non-plurals, and that there's only so many names you can do. But I would like something. I wouldn't mind an animal. I really just wouldn't mind an animal.
No more concepts. So, you have to get good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I am excited though. We were talking about this in our chat where we are excited to judge more names and more jerseys.
Yeah, I love it. And like it would be really I want a Pittsburgh team so
I know.
bad. Give me the black and gold. But I know that the interest wasn't there, and so I won't be surprised if they're not in this part of the expansion.
Not this time, yeah.
No, it would have to be like the next big one. However, I think it would be absurd to not have something in Alberta, Canada.
I thought for sure a good push would be Calgary and Denver. I'd be pissed that Calgary got a team first, but they're getting a new arena.
Yeah, so like I understand. Well, and that's the other thing is like again, I think these teams need to be taken into consideration their like their avid like do they have arenas? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where are these teams going to play? Because I think it's the Vancouver Goldeneye that are the only ones that have an actual home arena. Everybody else has a home arena, but they don't own it. Like it's not their arena. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that other teams get that chance of like, hey, we've got an arena.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. Yeah. I love that the PWHL is getting what the love it deserves. And I am excited for an expansion. I think that it deserves it. I just hope that they have enough players to fill the already tight pool, which I think this is the first. You have to, right? Like it's the same thing that happened with the expansion draft for the NHL, and we're also getting to the conversation of they want to expand more, which is a choice. I like the 32 teams. I think 34 teams, you're going to start watering it down.
Yeah, and I think it's also difficult in a way that's different to the NHL, which is that women have not had a professional path to this degree. Yeah. It's very, very new. So you don't have the pipeline of like, oh, well, these boys are going to try to make it into the ECHL, the AHL, and the NHL, and they're going to go play pro hockey until, you know, they get hurt or they just can't make it anymore, whatever. And like, that's their goal. And it's a good amount of guys doing it, as opposed to most of these women have like the reason that they're a little more educated and more well-rounded for a lot of these women is that they knew that hockey might not be financially stable. They're still like they're still not making millions here. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're making enough to live most of the time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's going to take a few years for that pipeline to catch up. I hope it stays long enough because I just hope that it's long enough for these girls to get into the pipeline so that they can go play hockey professionally, because for so long it wasn't really viable. Like, yeah, you could play the Olympics and there have been different leagues throughout time, but like to the caliber of the PWHL, like that we want it to stay, it just wasn't feasible for a lot of these girls to like continue conditioning their bodies and playing through college and, you know, going through those paths. I'm excited. I hope everything goes really, really well. I hope that in the future, because my main problem here is, you know, that the teams are going to get gutted again. So everybody was really, really upset, myself included, of like, you stole their goalie, their captain, they're this. You know what I mean? Like, So it's gonna suck again. Like, and I know it's just growing pains, but man, it does hurt when you have these teams where it's like,
and especially if you start getting involved. Like and the same thing you can say happens in the NHL too, but it's different. I can't explain
Hillary
it.
Knight was my Boston Fleet captain, and she got traded, and it was like not traded, but she got like whatever picked, and it was just like, oh man, like this. So I feel that's honestly why I've not waited. Like I still watch games and stuff like that in the background, but like really getting into a team,
you're afraid to.
I haven't. Yeah, because I definitely bond to players more than I bond to a team, don't get me wrong, but like I do really bond to players. And so I just kind of am waiting.
I mean, that's fair. All right, Saint, do we have a sponsor today?
Today's sponsor is Saint Astro, Twitch streamer, cosplayer, and artist. You can support her by purchasing from her Etsy or subscribing on twitch.tv/Saint Astro. Use your free Prime sub and get access to awesome emotes. Saint Astro's Etsy also sells a variety of jewelry, decorations, and trinkets. Everything is handmade and crafted with the perfect balance of love and spite. All proceeds go directly to the Saint Astro Off-Season Fund. Alrighty, let's turn to our one-timer topic where we take one shot at the biggest story. This week's topic is the awards. Oh my god, we finally got some finalists that we were yapping about last week.
Yeah, Saint. This, I don't think I've ever been angrier. Like, I mean, I get it, right? But I'm still pissed.
Like, my thing is the cognitive dissonance, right? Of like, how can you say Boosh? No Boosh.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a McDavid merchant.
But then
I just...
Yeah. So the Bill Masterson Trophy came out on Monday. We knew that was coming.
Yeah.
The finalists, Rasmus Dahlin, Gabe Landeskog, and Jonathan Toews.
Which I
Dahlin
understand.
and Landeskog, fine. Toews, there are so many other ones.
Toews, I understand. It's just one of those where it's like, I feel like, and this is a common theme, is that it just becomes about names and not necessarily about the actual award.
Yeah, it's also a popularity contest. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like it's name recognition, it's recency bias, all of that. I feel like it should be Dahlin above everybody else.
I can agree. I think Landeskog is also like, if he wins it, I won't be shocked. But I think Dahlin has also had an incredible, a real work of it.
I'm not too sure how I feel about the Bill Masterson Trophy just kind of becoming
kind of weird.
The trauma Olympics.
Yeah.
Of like who suffered the most this season, or like who went through the biggest trauma. And it's just like, I get it, but it just feels a little weird sometimes. In terms of like, to me, it should be about like maybe Ollie of like, you know, overcoming mental health battles, or just like focus and determination on the game and your commitment to the game, in which case Toews would be a really strong option for that, because he basically like went on a fucking Doctor Strange mission to homeopathic himself back into the league. So yeah, I don't know. I can't say any of them don't deserve it.
I wonder if Ullmark had a better regular season, if it would have been a different story.
Toews wasn't exactly fucking doing great last season either, so I don't know what. It's not like they were coming out of the gate, like, you know what I mean. That's I think Dahlin's gonna get it, just for this narrative of the Sabres, or Landeskog, just because he's probably gonna lead them to a cup, and I'm gonna shoot myself in the face.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Okay. So
the Calder, which we were not shocked by the options: Beckett Sinicki, Matthew Schaefer, and Ivan Demidov. All just incredible players.
Yeah, I mean, Kendi robbed, because he was playing the most. It's got to be Schaefer, right?
I think so. That one. The options didn't surprise me at all, and so it's like, all right, yeah, that's a given, and it still should be Schaefer. I think if now, granted, if Sinicki goes with the Ducks and wins a cup, different narrative. Demidov, same thing. If he goes with the Hobbs and wins the cup, different narratives, different thing. But I feel like it should be Schaefer because he was such an important aspect of the Islanders.
I'm fine with Schaefer winning. I don't really have a horse in this race, so but yeah, I think Schaefer. I think also like just the amount of pressure that was put on him. I feel like maybe it was because I'm in the Metro. Yeah, it was constantly talking about this kid and what he means for the Isles. So Yeah, I think it would be a nice touch if he wins it.
Now,
and then on to where Champ's gonna blow a gasket.
Why, Saint? I'm very calm and normal.
Yeah, the Norris Trophy.
Right. Sure.
Darlene.
Right. Yes.
Makar.
No.
Werenski.
Sure. I'm
here. I'll let you handle it, and then I'll.
No, I'm calm. I'm very normal. It should have been. There was no oh my god. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Bouchard had an insane season, and you're telling me that he didn't even get nominated, at all?
That is just.
I didn't expect him to win, but I think it's laughable that he wasn't nominated. He had
what is it? Is it a points game? Because he had the most points. Is it a plus game? Is it by every metric? He's better than every guy on the top final three. Correct?
Yeah.
That's what the stats games were saying. Is you can't
I genuinely was not surprised at all. I am immensely disappointed because Bouch had 95 freaking points and led defensemen across the league in even strength points at 60. And people, again, are going to call him a McDavid merchant. You can say the same thing about anybody on this team. Anybody in the defensemen that are getting high score. But is it not high score or is it defensive defenseman? What are we trying to do?
Which he was the defensive defenseman statistically.
And he had a 98% WAR and Zach Rowinski. That was on par with Zach Rowinski. So, Cale Makar had 92. I'm not saying Cale Makar is bad. I am saying he's a little overhyped. I think people have made Bouch into a meme because he takes a lot of risky moves because of who he plays with. And when it does not work out, it becomes a highlight fail.
I just don't understand how you can have Bouch is a McDavid merchant. McDavid is nominated for the Hart.
Yeah.
But then why isn't Makar a McKinnon merchant when McKinnon is nominated for the Hart?
Yeah.
I don't where's and then Bouch has better stats overall, which I know it's not just a stats game, but you can't have it. I'm just gonna be annoyed if the Avs win all the fucking awards.
Yeah.
And then go on and win the cup. Fuck off. It's just undeserved. You know what I mean? Undeserved.
And here's a thing for you. EK, Erik Karlsson, won the Norris in 2023 and led all of the defensemen in giveaways with 101. So are you saying it's because Bouch has so many giveaways? You can't make that argument.
Well, and that's my main problem with the no Bouch is there is no argument that isn't immediately refuted. And I'm not saying Bouch is EK because he's not. I think they're different players.
They are entirely different players.
Defensively, I think defense is one of the harder positions to. Okay, attack is attack, right? Yeah. You can be.
If you attack and don't succeed, that's a push, right?
Yeah.
If you defend and don't succeed, you are failing to do your job.
Yeah, and it's also just more that there's so many different ways to defend because sometimes your best defense is offense.
Yeah.
But then also you have to be good at just defending. And I think it's just very clearly a case of recency bias of the Sabres are, and I don't know why Werenski is there if his team doesn't make the playoffs and we're making it about
points.
I just don't understand the logic behind it, and I think it's disingenuous to be oh, here's a stat that proves that I'm right. That doesn't prove that they're right. First of all, just admit that it's a name recognition recency bias thing. Cause that's all it is to me. That's what I've noticed with over the past few years of oh, you know this name and therefore you're going to put him on here. And honestly, the media doesn't really do Bouch any favors.
No.
Overall.
It made him a meme.
Well, yeah. And I don't think words, but I think it is absolutely crazy that he is not in the conversation for the Norris.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those things where he's kind of got a reputation that is not earned. It's literally just
for every Bouch fail that you see, I can promise you he's made 10 incredible plays.
Yeah.
He has bad games. He's also 26. He's a baby.
Yeah.
He's really young.
It's just one of those where it's like, I just don't understand how you can say these things about the stats and then go in and say that Bush doesn't deserve it.
I
You know what I mean?
I do hope that Werenski wins it. I'm not even joking. I think
I think it would be good.
I think he's a good defenseman.
It would not be. I don't think he's better than Bush, but I think that it would be the snub between this and then him getting snubbed from Team Canada.
Yeah,
it's just really aggravating.
So annoying. And now I don't know if you saw it. I think I sent it to you, but when the announcement came out that he was not a Norris finalist, which again bullshit, the Oilers made a video of all of his highlights and tagged the PWHL with the emoji upside down smiley face and then the bomb emoji. And if you weren't a fan of the Oilers and you see the bomb emoji, would you think that they're threatening to blow you up?
I did see this discussion, and it is funny.
I want to blow them up.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to blow them up with a Bush bomb.
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
To the face.
Yep. Yes. It broke Zach Hyman's nose last year.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I'm so annoyed. And then we got the Hart, which is no shocking here. McDavid, Kucherov, and McKinnon. A little surprised to see no Macklin, but I think he got it with his Ted Lindsay award. Like, he did do that one. I feel like if he doesn't win the Ted Lindsay award, then he should have been on the Hart walkthrough, like the Hart running. I think Devo wins this one. He had an incredible season. He dragged the Oilers to the playoffs. But I can see McKinnon winning it as well, especially if the Avs go all the way. Sad. Yeah. Sad. I'm so annoyed about Boosh, man.
It's just, it's one that, like, the snub was really bad. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And
I'm not
it's
saying...
the continuous snubbing.
Yeah, it would be one thing if it was like, oh, he didn't get the Norris. That's so fucking annoying. But it's like, okay, no Team Canada, no Norris, no, that constantly getting ragged on it.
Yeah.
Like, just it's endless. And I feel like he just does not deserve it. And it's really, really annoying. I think he could stand to be a little more annoyed about it, but I don't want him to get upset.
Yeah, poor Boosh.
Poor Boosh.
I just want the best for my team. And I think that, you know, I saw somebody be like, if it wasn't a popularity contest against the Oilers, every spot would be filled by the Oilers. And I'm like, I don't think that's true. The Oilers are a good team. Sometimes. Sometimes.
I think we definitely wheeled backwards a lot this season. In a way that they need to fix in the offseason.
Save me, Saint. I don't know how this season's gonna go.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. Let's move into our Sportsmanlike Conduct, where we spin the wheel to pick our team of the week. And no matter who it lands on, we have to say something nice and spread a little low on the ice. Man. We got all of the good ones so early this year.
I mean, the Penguins and Sharks are still there.
Yeah? You think that that's going to happen, buddy?
No.
Okay, let's see. If it's the Penguins, you're going to yap for another 9 minutes.
Yeah,
it's not going to be the Penguins. Oh, no.
Oh, wait, I have one. I have one.
Okay. This week's Sportsmanlike Conduct is the St. Louis Blues.
Their admin said no AI.
I did not know this.
Yes. Oh my God. Let me see if I can find it, because I feel like it was.
I know that was it them going against the Avs because the Avs used AI.
No AI. I think it was. Yes. 2 weeks ago. Here, I'll send you the tweet so that you can but
include it.
Because I was like, oh, I literally when I saw this tweet said, oh great, I can use this for Sportsmanlike Conduct.
This is awesome. Holy cow.
Isn't it? Like, and so made by real people, not AI. And it was funny because Sneeg, do you remember Sneeg?
Yeah.
He's a Blues fan.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I did, because I watched one of his streams, and I was like, why is he wearing, like, a Blues jersey?
That's so funny. These are gorgeous.
Like, yeah, like, I really, really liked that. I liked that they're using real art, giving real people jobs instead of just chilling out for AI, which fuck the Avs for that dog shit.
They have started using real people. They got enough backlash that they started actually using. Yeah,
good. Fuck AI, useless dog shit stealing machines.
Yep. Especially when it comes to graphics like this, hire somebody. Literally,
as
two people who have graphic designs backgrounds, hire somebody. Let me work, please.
Just hire someone. And it's not like you got to be paying them fucking bank, dog, especially if they're just like, if you're hiring a graphic designer versus just a social admin, or are you hiring someone who's a social admin and a graphics designer?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just give work to real people. Like, it's not that fucking hard. So yeah, shout out to the St. Louis Blues. Especially with the culture for like St. Louis and like the Blues being named after like musician and therefore artists. I think that's a really important stance for them to take.
You know, exactly. It's really funny because when we started this year, we were not interested in getting the Blues for our have to be nice to them team. Mm-hmm. And over the course of not having to say any shit, we've been nicer to them, genuinely. Like, we haven't had much to say. Usually it's about Jordan Bennington. We didn't say anything bad about him. We didn't.
Nope, we were good.
We were very good. I have two, and they're not really related to the Blues, so keep that in mind. The first one is Joel Hofer, that meme that happened this year where they couldn't find him down the tunnel. Still so fucking funny. One of my favorite moments of the season. And I love Monty, the head coach. I think that he would be a good head coach for the Oilers, but do I think we're going to get him? No. My other one, do you remember the tweet? The goalie just said, "Fuck it," and left.
yeah.
That's a Blues fan. He's a Blue fan. And I get him on my Twitter all the time. I do not follow him.
So fucking funny then, because they also had the whole thing with what's his face hiding because
yeah
like
Joel
that
Hofer.
whole, yeah
the goalie just said fuck it and left. Like, that's so funny.
Funny.
I do know that the Blues treated him really well. I believe his name is Tony, where they like brought him to a game and gave him a jersey, and now he's like a loyal fan. Like, that's a really cool organizational thing to do. It's been a couple years now, obviously, but that tweet lives in my head rent free. The goalie just said fuck it and left. Like,
oh my god, one of the, like, all time iconic
lines.
Tweet. Like,
yeah,
all
exactly.
Time. All time.
Because we were the same way. Like,
yeah,
at some point, if you don't know any sort of explanation with hockey, you have the same. Wait a minute, they're allowed to do that. So I think that is my Blues thing. I did not know that he was a Blues fan when I saw the tweet the first time, but now I see him enough on my feed that I see that he is the guy that they said he was. So yeah. Hey, we were really nice to the Blues. Good job, Blues.
Yeah, we were. Good job. Good job,
us. All right.
Good job, us.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this episode, folks. We really appreciate you listening through all of our rants and ramblings. The Puck Witches podcast is released on Spotify and our YouTube channels, and you can join the Night Witches Discord via the link below to talk about the episodes directly, as well as enjoy our other channels. It's full of gaming, hobbies, and good vibes.
Make sure you're following us over on Twitch, and if you want to support us with a Twitch Prime on either or both of our channels, you get access to cute emotes and extra channel points. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky for updates.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Saint's Etsy or subscribe on Twitch. Also consider dropping a like on this episode and subscribing so you never miss a video. We love you all and hope the playoffs is treating you well. Champion Saint, signing off.
Stay witchy!